You're listening to the Azrael Times Classic. I'm Chris, and with me is Brandon. How you doing,
What's
Brandon?
going on, guys?
So we're going to start off with what we've been doing in the game. So your name starts with a B. Your first in alphabets before me, so I'll let you start.
Okay. So,
So
TLGC or Charlotte Grand Crusade, of course, that's a new raid, and been running it quite a bit every week. As always, I usually run it twice a week. A 25-man and 10-man, sometimes 3 times a week if I take my Warlock and do it as well. Nothing really new has been happening thus far. I mean, I did get a couple pieces of gear. One big thing is I did get switched over. I'm now in rotation in our 25-mans as tank, Druid tank.
yeah,
So that's been a lot of fun. I've been really working hard on the gear there, trying to get her up and running where I want her to be at. I think I'm running right now at about raid buffed a little under. I guess with the new pieces of gear, raid buffed, I'm probably about 55k health with 32,000 armor and almost I think almost 70. No, maybe it's something around 62% dodge.
ooh.
I think is where I'm at. So
Yeah, you need it after that nerf, that dodge nerf they did.
yeah, really, that's for sure. Because right now, like for instance, on the Jiraxis fight, I was maintaining Jiraxis himself, and Bulma was picking up ads, and I was rage starved at about 3/4 of the way through the fight. I became rage starved because he wasn't hitting me, so I wasn't getting any rage. I was dodging all kinds of attacks, and there was no rage there, so I was very rage starved at the time.
Yeah.
Since then, I figured out a couple of things I can do. I'm going to pick up some rage pots. If they work for me, I don't know. I know they used to be warrior only. So I'm going to try to figure out if they work for me. And if they do, that'd be great. But if they don't, I'm going to have to start popping in rage. Which, yes, I take more damage, but it does give me some rage so where I can keep doing abilities. I'm not really worried about the DPS on him, though. Other than
Just
that,
let the healers know, hey, I'm about to enrage. So
yeah,
pop
I'm
some
just
heals,
going to have to. Just gonna have to let them know kind of something so that I can keep pumping and keeping the aggro, which aggro is not a problem. I can pick up snap aggro pretty easy if it's single target. I did find out as a single target bear tank, there's not a whole lot of people that can pull off of me unless they just actually straight up taunt. I can generate about 400k in a matter of about 30 seconds. Aggro. So
Okay.
I know in the Jiraxis fight, I had like something like 1.6 million aggro.
Dang.
So it's pretty. I mean, I'm doing pretty good with that. Let's see. I did get a piece of tier gear last night. I did win a trophy. So I got a piece of tier gear.
You were happy. You were like,
Mhm.
yes!
Dude, straight up said it. Praise Jesus! Like it was crazy. It was dumb. It's so dumb. Last night was literally, and I told this to the guild as well. Last night was literally the first time since the game came out originally that I was truly giddy like a kid, getting a piece of gear and downing bosses.
Yeah, you were excited.
It was just it was a good night for sure. Yeah, we didn't get all the bosses down on heroic and 25 man. We did have, we had the worst luck with the PvP boss for the simple fact that we had the druid healer, the paladin healer, the priest healer, the rogue, the hunter, the warlock, the warrior, the death knight, and the shadow priest. And the 3 healers that we had are the worst comp, as well as having the rogue, because that rogue literally will shadow step and pink mist whoever he hits. I'm talking it's kabuki pink mist. It's done. You're dead automatically.
Yeah.
So he's killing 3 people before like in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, y'all had the worst
Yeah.
comp last night.
Yeah,
Period.
it was bad, and so we didn't get it, and we spent too much time on those to really give the twins the prog that they needed, because we haven't downed them on heroic yet. To really give them the prog that they needed, I think we have it.
Last
I think
chance
we can get
was
it.
down to 30%.
I think we can get it. Like, I think we can get that fight. We just need a little bit more. And then Noob, of course, we didn't have any time to even try him on hard mode.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is on that. Like, we did. I mean, we're one-shotting a Noob on normal. It's really easy. But I was really surprised at how easy it was to tank him. I don't think I did bad at all, and that was my first time tanking in there. So, but that's pretty much what we've been doing, or what I've been doing, anyways. What about you, sir?
So last week I got on and got a couple pieces of gear, and then I did a VOA 25-man and got the hands.
Yeah, you got these hands. You got a piece of tier gear before I did.
Yeah, and then I did I do Ulduar last week? I want to say no, because last week after I worked a lot getting gear, I got a bunch of pieces of gear, all but one. I think I replaced everything but one of my trinkets. And the raid leader said, I want to see you do this much DPS in 3 minutes before I can let you go. I did barely that in 3 minutes. I didn't do all of my rotation like I should have, because I was mad. Because when I tell you I can do something, I can do it. Trust me. And so I should have just did, you know, everything. But I was kind of upset because the guy knew me for years and years that we've been playing, and he didn't trust me, apparently, is how I felt. So I didn't do all my rotation. I just did enough to get the DPS, and he was like, well, I really want you to do more before I let you go, so you're not going to go. So I was mad, and I didn't go. And I tried to find a GDKP where I could be. I couldn't pump, so I was just going to be a buyer, and I couldn't find one. So I didn't go last week at all. I did last night. I said, hey, I'm going to do VOA and Oni tonight before you go to TOZ. And they said, yeah. I said, well, can I go in? They said, looks like we have a full raid, but if somebody's going to be late, and then somebody said, well, the other shaman's going to be late. And they're like, yeah, we need you because you're going to be the only shaman. Okay. So I did VOA and Oni last night and didn't win jack crap.
You know what you did win? You won you won experience in the raid.
I won a enhancement piece too. Which
a what?
An enhancement.
Oh,
piece.
Well, you won
experience, yeah.
Yeah, you won experience but you knew Oni. So
yeah,
and you knew.
And then they called for hero.
Yeah.
And I went to go hit it, and they're like, Chaz, that's you! And I'm like, I know, I'm looking for it. So, yeah.
Sorry, I have to type / cast heroism. Give me a second.
Yeah, because usually I'm not the only one, and usually by the time I hit hero, it's already been casted, so, yeah. But anyways, I had to make sure that was hero and not a different button that somebody had moved down, and I didn't know what it was. Like my Wind Shearer and Wind Fury weapon, yeah. And then I finally remembered, hey, I didn't use my Flame Tongue, so I had to put Flame Tongue on in the middle of the raid. But anyways, so then I stayed on, but I was doing stuff on the warrior because my warrior is level 70 and he sucked. I would be almost dead when fighting just a regular mob. And I was like, this is not good enough. And I found out that I didn't have Whirlwind, and I didn't have Whirlwind because I didn't have Berserker Stance. I didn't have Berserker Stance because I don't know. So I had to look it up. I can tell
you why.
Hold on. So it said you got to go to your warrior trainer, and it sends you to this island. So I went to my warrior trainer, and it said, no, the warrior trainer in Stormwind. So I went to the warrior trainer in Stormwind. He still didn't have the quest. And so I couldn't figure it out. I kept looking up stuff, kept reading stuff, kept looking up stuff, kept reading stuff. Couldn't figure out why. And then I look at my map, and there's a quest on that island that I needed. So I guess I had picked up the quest, and I went there and turned it in. I guess. But I didn't do the quest. So I went over there and did the quest. I beat Big Willie. That did not sound good. That didn't sound. I beat a Big Willie, and I got Berserker stance, and then went and trained, got Whirlwind, and then I noticed that 12 of my points were in arms, and 43 points or whatever were in 48 points were in Fury, and I did not have Titan's Grip. So I respect him. I bought Duel, so I am a Fury and my other one's Prot. And I'm going to start collecting Prot gear since I'm level 70. And so now I got two-handers. I need to get my two-handed mace skill up because it's at 1. But since I can do 2, I can still hit something while I'm missing with the other. And plus, I know I can go to Blasted Lands.
Yes, sir.
And hit that one dude over and over and over and over.
Yep. And, as long as you have somebody there to heal you.
Oh, yeah, because I'm a warrior.
Yep.
But I can just hit it with the other.
You can run away.
Yeah, or I can just hit. You can change your weapons, right? In combat.
Yeah, you can change weapons.
Yeah, so I could switch it back to something and kill it or whatever. Oh wait a minute, you can't kill it. It goes to 1. You can't kill
it. I mean, but you can run away from it and reset it.
I'll just run away from it. But and so I'm gonna probably do that because I really need to get that up. I don't want to be in a raid and go, oh my goodness, a good two-handed mace drop. Oh, crap. Of course, I'm not going to raid with it. I don't know what I'm going to do. If I could be pretty BA with it, I might switch to it. I don't know.
You can GDKP with it if nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might actually buy anything.
I might actually switch the Prot and maybe GDKP with it then.
Not necessarily buy anything, but you can always GDKP, get your gear up yourself, and then GDKP.
Yep.
And then just get money.
Yeah. And then, so right when I was finishing up that, somebody's power went out that was in the raid, and they told somebody, the raid leader or guild leader or whatever, that hey, my power went out. The whole block is out, and they said it's going to be a couple hours. And so they're like, well, we got to find somebody. So what we're going to do, we're going to pug. And somebody said, bring Taz. And I heard, we could use the trimmer totem. So I logged out of the warrior and logged on to my shaman, and I waited. They're like, okay, so we got a pug or what? And then somebody said, I thought we were going to bring Taz. I'm like, oh. And I'm like,
then
yeah,
I requested to invite you.
And then you sent me a invite.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to let him get a chance to pug it.
Yeah. And so I accepted it, and they're like, well, I guess he's coming. I'm like, yes, I am. Yeah,
because I had already whispered Vince about bringing you in.
Yeah, so I went. His power went out. And I don't know if you saw last night. I don't know if you looked at the logs.
I haven't looked at them yet, as far as everybody else.
If you ever get a chance, look at the logs for normal. Because we kept trying to down the the champions.
Yeah.
And we couldn't down on heroic, so we did it normal. I beat Airy in normal.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was like,
what? What was your DPS that you were running on it?
I don't remember. I'll have to.
Because now, did you beat him on details or did you beat him on damage meter?
It was on logs.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look at it then.
I did 4,400, and he did 4,400. I beat him by 3 points of DPS.
I am actually looking at it right now.
Yep.
And I'm trying to see something here.
Now don't look at the other one.
Actually, you were sitting at 4.4.
Yep.
You actually beat Fire Chucker, Ariana. You actually beat Ligma, Revenant, Ironside. You beat me.
Well, you were tank, so.
No, I was actually DPS on that fight, but I was doing a lot of crowd control.
Yeah, you did a bunch of crowd control, and I was hexing every once in a while, so.
But I was looking.
Actually,
yeah, that's really good.
Actually, I don't think I did any hex on that one. I did notice that I couldn't do any AoE whatsoever because I would hex somebody that would be on the healer, and the hex would break because somebody else was doing AoE, and then the dude come after me, and then I wouldn't get healed.
Okay, so I did during that fight. Just so you know, during that fight, the one that we killed him on.
Yeah.
I cast 20 cyclones.
Oh, yeah.
Creeks didn't cast 1 cyclone, and Anuna cast 18. But Creeks didn't cast 1.
I did replace my healing trinket with a Deathman card Death, and that helped my DPS a little bit because it actually hit a couple of times. I guess it really doesn't tell you that. Does it tell you how many times I casted?
It will. Let me see. How many times?
Yeah, I didn't hit hex on that last fight. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't show that you hit it. Oh, it is. There is hex over here. It doesn't say how much. At the top right, it says my flame shock and my hex. But it doesn't say if I hit it or not. So I don't know.
Now, were you there for? You weren't there for Northrend Beast, right?
No.
You didn't come in until the PvP fight.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking for something.
So then we did that, and then we went and did the Twin Valkyrie. Now the twins on the one where we did kill them, Ari totally kicked my booty. I did almost 6.5, and he did almost twice as much as that.
Right.
But I didn't think I was going to be in TOGC for a while, so I didn't study. Which, go back and listen to one of our podcasts, and I'll kind of be up to snuff. But I should have been ready. I didn't know the fight, and Craig said, "Hey, do you have a buff?" I'm like, "I got a bunch of buffs." She goes, "No, the light or dark buff." I'm like, "No." She goes, "Go click on one of the portals." I was like,
"Oh God, dude!" When she said that, I got so pissed. I was like, "Why are you calling people?" I just wanted to say, "Why are you calling people out like that?"
No, I was glad because I didn't know, and I went over there and I actually stayed alive. So
yeah,
I felt bad that she called me out, but it needed to be done because I needed to go over there and click the portal. It was in the middle of a fight. She couldn't just whisper me. So I'm not upset about that one. But I think I actually stayed alive, and yeah. I think I stayed alive during the whole time. I think I could be wrong.
You did.
And then a new Barak. I think I stayed alive on that one too, but I'm not really sure. Oh, my DPS on that one wasn't very good. I got off of my rotation on that one. I remember that. I don't remember what happened, but I did get off my... But anyways, And then today I logged on early this morning because I was off from work. I did the Heroic Daily. And then I'll probably do it again later. And then I replaced my totem with my best totem. I bought 2 BOEs that are far down on my list on my best, but they were better when I had. And then what else did I get? I got another piece. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I got a ring. So I gemmed those, enchanted those, and I'm ready to go to a heroic later. So hopefully me and you can do one later.
What do we want to do? I don't care.
The Heroic Daily. What did I tell you it was?
I can't remember.
Halls of Lightning is the regular.
Yeah.
And... or was it Ugar Pinnacle? Oh, it's Ugar Pinnacle is the regular. Oh, Nexus. Nexus is the heroics. The one where you go down in the cave in Borean Tundra.
Yes. I'm just
and
trying
the
to think
the dragon in the middle where you have to keep jumping.
Mirror images.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it's mirror images. You have to kill the mirror images.
Okay. So we'll do that later. But anyways, and so that's what I've been doing. So I've actually been raiding, dude. Last night I went to bed and I couldn't go to sleep. I was excited.
I was gonna say you probably were,
because I actually got to raid, and I think I fell asleep about 12:30, 1 o'clock this morning. So yeah. So let's go to the news. BlizzCon tickets go up for sale on 7/8, which is, while we're doing this, it's tomorrow. So hopefully I'll get this up today anyways. I'm hoping. So general admission, the price went up to $2.99. It includes access to all halls, early access to BlizzCon store on Thursday, exclusive BlizzCon in-game goodies, and official BlizzCon backpack. And then the Portal Pass, $799. It includes all that, plus exclusive Portal Pass Lounge, which private viewing lounge, private concessions, gameplay experiences, concierge support, Blizzard employee meet and greets, and more. Separate registration line, separate security line, and early convention entry on Friday and Saturday, lounge only. Now, if I did one, I would have to do the Portal Pass, and I don't have the money. I don't have money for the general admission.
Right.
Now, I would have the money by the time of BlizzCon. I don't have the money now or the second wave. And I heard there was going to be a third wave, but I'm not really totally sure about that. Now, you could choose between the two in-person tickets, which is General Admission Portal Pass. The General Admission thing is the way most folks will want to go. It includes, which I've already done. On each date of sale, a purchase ticket button here on BlizzCon.com will link you through to the BlizzCon page on AXS. From there, you'll choose your preferred ticket type, either General Admission or Portal Pass. If you don't have an AXS account already, we recommend making one in advance. So if you don't have one, do it now. It makes it a lot quicker. And this year, they're doing something totally different. They put you in a waiting room. So if you click it in a little bit slow, it doesn't sell your ticket because you're being slow. It puts you in a waiting room. What it does is it holds that ticket. You still have a certain amount of time to complete it. So you can't just go to waiting room and just wait all day and then pay for it. You have to hurry up, and you still got to hurry up and do it. So it's recommended that you go ahead and make the account. But The ticketing system uses waiting rooms to randomly and fairly determine which purchasers receive a chance to buy tickets. The waiting room also has measures in place to guard against ticket buying bots. Each ticket type will have a completely separate waiting room. So if you want to try to purchase both ticket types, you'll need to enter both waiting rooms individually. Each waiting room will open roughly 30 minutes prior to the official on-sale time. The selection process starts when the ticket sale officially begins. So whether you enter a waiting room early or the moment before the sale starts, your odds of getting tickets will be the same. If you are selected, choose the quality of tickets you'd like to buy, then click Find Tickets. If tickets are still available, you'll then have 7 minutes to complete your purchase before those tickets are released back into the available pool. So, what they're saying is you can go there 30 minutes early to right when it starts. You'll be put in a waiting room. Then it'll be like somebody from BlizzCon or whatever walks into the waiting room and goes, all right, you, and you, and you, and you, come with me. And they don't go in order.
Right.
And so then you pick the tickets, and you got 7 minutes to complete. And I heard you can only do 2 at a time instead of 4.
See, this is the first one. This is the first BlizzCon that they've had in...
Yeah, since
what, 4 or 5 years?
Since 19, because 20 they stopped.
Yeah,
and then,
so about 4 years.
Then 21 they had what, online?
They did an online one, but
Yeah.
there wasn't a whole lot of people there. Remember,
Yeah.
there wasn't any vendors.
Yeah,
There was, because it was all virtual.
Yeah. So when you purchase BlizzCon tickets, all of them will say stay in your name and in your AXS account. Unless you decide to transfer one or more of them directly to your guest using AXS's transfer option. AXS's transfer option permanently hands the ticket over to your guest for them to manage. Your guest can then do with it as they wish, including transfer it to someone else. And you'll no longer have it in your account. Just make sure you're transferring it to someone you trust. So if I bought 2 tickets and gave it to you, then you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, it's mine at that point.
Yeah. You'll need the AXS mobile app to get into the show. To pick up your badge at registration, you'll need to download the AXS mobile app. The app displays a QR code, one code for all your tickets, which changes at regular intervals to help guard against dupes and fraud. Because of that, we won't be able to access paper tickets, confirmation emails, or screenshots/photos of the QR code at BlizzCon registration. After you buy your tickets, you should receive an email from AXS with instructions on how to download the app. Or you can download it anytime from Apple or iPhone or Android. If for some reason you find yourself at the show with a dead mobile device or some other unexpected issue preventing you from accessing the app, don't worry, just head to the solutions desk at registration. They'll help you out.
So are we getting tickets or not?
No.
No, okay.
Now,
So
I heard
do-
people that have podcasts, they can register somehow, and then Blizzard can decide if they give tickets to them.
So somehow
But
what we need to do...
We need to figure that out.
Well, what we need to do for next year is, at the beginning of the year during taxes, we just need to put that money back
Yeah.
for BlizzCon tickets for that year, and then we'll
Now,
plan on going.
One of us needs to figure out how the other podcasters are.
I'll look into that.
Yeah,
I'll try to do.
You got plenty of time.
Well, also there's a
so-
way for Twitch streamers to get tickets as well, and I've been looking through it. I actually got invited to TwitchCon, but I had to pay my own way there.
I heard that TwitchCon is okay.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's mainly a meetup, not really.
It's just a bunch of Twitch users that meet up and just kind of, have fun and stuff like that. Is mainly what it is.
Yep. All right, now Wrath of the Lich King Classic Phase 3 DPS rankings, Week 2 Trial of the Crusader. So DPS rankings. Who do you think's at top?
Who do I think is at top without even looking at it? Probably Unholy Death Knights.
Nope.
Wow.
They are third.
Well, what are you looking at now that I've got it pulled up?
I was looking at the first one, which is the... What's the difference?
Overall stat, or the damage to bosses, or overall damage?
I'm trying to see, but I can't figure out what's what. What? It just says damage. The second one says damage to bosses. The third
Okay, so the first one is overall damage.
Okay, damage to bosses. Yeah, they're still third.
Yes, overall damage, they're second.
Third.
No,
overall, yeah, they're second. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But Affliction Warlock is top. Is that what you are? Oh, the Whisper?
No, my Warlock is actually Demonology.
Ooh, that's not towards the bottom.
Yeah, but Demonology is not supposed to do damage. You're there mainly for the buff that you get with your pet.
Okay.
So, Balanced Druids, you see where they're at? Way down there?
Yep.
Yep, I would agree with that. I would completely agree with that.
Fire Mage is second and third.
Yeah, Balanced Druids are a very C-class DPS.
Oh, Rhett's up there.
That's why... Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Assassination Rogue is up there.
Yep. Combat Rogue is up there. Ooh, Feral Druid is up there.
Oh, dude, Feral Druid's nasty.
Feral Druid's better than Balance. Wow.
Yeah, way nasty. Way nasty.
So, I'm glad you're going Feral, aren't you?
Well, I'm going Feral Tank. I'm not going Feral DPS.
Oh, yeah.
Because, see, they talked to me about it as well, about going Feral DPS.
You said no.
As my second spec, and I told them that that dog won't hunt. That dog won't hunt, brother. I told him, I said, you might as well just go on and go out that door with that idea. I'm not doing that.
All right, so the top 10 damage: Affliction Warlock, Unholy DK, Fire. Oh, is that Frost?
Frost, yep.
Feral Druid, Assassination Rogue, Combat Rogue. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ret Pally.
6, 7, 8. Yeah. 9 is Fury Warrior, and 10 is
Elemental Shaman.
Is that Elemental? And that's what I am. I thought Enhancement was supposed to be the shit.
Enhancement is right under you. I'm talking
on both of them.
There is
directly
on both of them. Just barely under you.
I'm glad I'm Elemental. I have came across a couple of Elemental, but mainly Enhancement.
Well, they like the Spell Hands. A lot of people like the way that plays.
Spell Hands was awesome at the beginning of Wrath, and it slowly dies off towards the end, and practically where you don't want to be Spell Hands anymore. Right now, I heard that Spell Hands is no longer.
No, right now,
yeah,
that's what Aerie is a Spell Hands. Oh. And dude, that dude pumps. He can pump like 9K on some bosses.
According to what I've been reading and hearing, I should be doing a lot better than him then.
But he is spec'd as Enhancement, but he does take some stuff that ups the spell damage.
Yeah.
For that Spell Hands. And dude, he does, he puts out some numbers, and he's hard to hold aggro from sometimes. He goes in there with that Wind Fury, I guess, and just does work.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on from that. June 2023 Action Accounts Report, over 120K banned. I was one of those, but I don't know if that's just recently. I didn't read. Blizzard has released their monthly report on action accounts for Classic Wrath. In the month of June, over 120,000 accounts were banned for exploitative behavior, which does include minor character offenses. So, last month, so that wasn't me, 127,014. All these actions were cheating or exploitation, which are primarily permanent bans or 6-month suspensions. This number does not include separate actions like character name or in-game language violations. We continue to evolve our methods and act against these malicious accounts on a daily basis. So, yeah. Well, mine turned into like a 7 or 8 month ban because it took me a month or two in order to get mine from a ban to a suspension.
Yeah, they did say they're either permanent or 6 month.
Yep.
All of them that they've done. So, I mean, they're trying to crack down, which that's fine. I'm glad you're doing that.
I don't remember if I said it on here, but it was. Yeah, I think I did. That they did say it was. Yeah, I read the email. Said it was because of my fellow gamers turned me in. I'm like, don't ever let your son run your tune across the map while you go restroom or whatever, because when you get stuck, people start turning you in.
Yeah.
I'm still a little salty, but it is what it is. I'm just glad I'm getting my account back. So, all right. So that's it for the news. Unless you know something else.
Let's see. Yeah, I do. There was actually a hot fix done on the 6th, which was yesterday, for a couple of the dungeons.
I missed that one.
For dungeons and raids, for instance, Utgard Pinnacle and Utgard Keep. These are for the alpha and beta protocols. Glaciate and Icy Path will no longer kill players when they are affected by King Ymiron's Screams of the Dead during Defense Protocol Alpha or Beta. So at the end of the Utgard Keep, I think it is, you have to fight King Ymiron. He screams, he fears you, or gets you in place, and you can't move. So that won't kill you, because that was kind of stupid, because you can't do anything about it. The Fire Blast now does 6% max HP damage per second instead of 10% during the beta. And Fire Blast will now get cast much sooner after Glaciate during Defense Protocol beta. So what it is, if you get a Fire Blast on you and somebody has a Glaciate and they have a path, you can run onto that path with that fire buff. It melts the Glaciate, but it also gives you a crit buff for like 15 seconds. So they've changed it around to where it's not doing as much damage. So actually those are going to be a little bit easier than what they were. Not that the betas are hard, but I'm glad they're doing some of these fixes though on things that you can't change. It's all dependent on RNG at that point. So they're trying to eliminate the RNG basis and make sure that it's skill basis the reason you're clearing or dying, which I like. But I think Blizzard's really listening to. Right now, they're doing a lot of listening to their players and their community. It's getting back to kind of what it was before. Not completely by any means, but they are listening to their community a lot more, and they're fixing things that their community is talking about.
Yep.
Whether that be whining or Karen's getting on there or whatever. To me, I think that Wrath of the Lich King is a lot of what I call dad gamers.
Yeah, there is a lot.
Gamers.
Of course, a couple of guilds are called dad gamers or whatever.
Well, yeah, and because I'm sure Dragonblight is the younger kids, the younger generation, the ones that maybe didn't start playing until like Legion or MoP or something like that, so they missed out on the original stuff like what we played. So you've got the dad gamers who are coming back with the nostalgia of the game, and I think they're listening to them for doing fixes like this in the game. It's just. It's because we know, we're dad gamers. We're not going to be as quick on our feet or quick on our hands playing it,
Yep.
but we still are pretty decent. And it's just, I think, like you said, they're listening to their players and saying, okay, yeah, we need to fix it. So I'm glad that they've done that. But yeah, that's I think, like you said, that's about all the news really.
There's one thing that it was announced 8 days ago that they noticed that some guilds are going to TOC and TOGC multiple times and killing Anubarak. Blizzard said, hey, it is our mistake, but you should know this is an exploit, and if you're doing it, we'll ban you.
Really? So, I didn't even read that.
Yeah, we really appreciate the reports about this and wanted to provide an update for those of you with Trial of the Crusader, Trial of the Great Crusader lockouts that are in limbo at the moment. We are aware of an issue that can rarely cause some raid lockouts to not properly save, and will continue a new raid instance when attempting to resume progress in the existing lockout. If you find that you are expecting to zone into a partially cleared instance and find yourself at a fresh instance instead, you may go ahead and clear that instance to finish out your week without fear of account action. However, we will be monitoring logs closely in groups found to have fully cleared TOC or TOGC multiple times, e.g. have killed a Nubarak more than once, within the same raid size and within the same lockout, may face account action at our discretion. This is our bug and our mistake, and while this is unfortunate, in the interest of playing nice and playing fair, we don't want to be too heavy-handed and punish groups that may have happened upon this issue accidentally while attempting to progress and just want to get their clear for the week. We would, however, strongly discourage groups from attempting to deliberately reproduce this to get multiple full clears within the same lockout. We plan to have a full fix in place by this week's reset, July 4th in the U.S. region. We appreciate everyone's patience while we work through this issue and sincerely apologize for any uncertainty or frustration that this may have caused. So, in case they haven't, and you notice it's a fresh lockout, you might want to tread carefully because you don't want to...
So that's why, okay, that explains a lot then, because Poppy, last week, before the 4th, he had said, man, I did TOGC, and I just went back in there, and all the bosses are back up.
Yep, that's why.
And so he ran it again. Because he didn't know, because it wasn't like he knew this. Yeah. He was like, something's messed up.
Yeah, he probably is not going to get any action taken on him. Because, we didn't know. He went with the totally different group.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that's okay. Well, it was just weird that he had already, I knew he had already ran it, but he said it was open for him to run again. And I was like, is he sure he ran it? I was thinking, man, maybe he's crazy. But this explains this explains a lot. That explains a lot. Okay.
Yeah. So, which with the guild that we're in, they've been doing it one night, so they probably wouldn't have known unless they try to go back in again with a different group and like Poppy. But all right, well that's it for this week. Unless you got something else.
I don't think so.
All right, well, until next week, have fun playing the game.
As always.
You can reach us at email heartlandpae@gmail.com for questions or comments, and we might read it on the air.